Hello, Raindrops, new subscribers and old friends, and welcome to Govern Minute, Minutes that Matter. This is Mr. A asking you to take care of those big three things right now. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on that notification bell so you know when our videos come out. As always, this video is dedicated to the glory of God who blessed this land. I need to fix something. Way back when with Lesson 37, I realized after watching it again recently that I left some things out. So I'm just going to do Lesson 37 over again. So this is Lesson 37B. All right, so we're talking about the Congress of the United States. And our founding fathers were convinced that this branch of government would be the predominant branch of government, the branch that would set the agenda, set the tone, and it would be the branch that was the most powerful among the three. Remember, they were scared to death of what? A strong central government. So they went ahead and divided powers by divided the legislative power, which is the power to make laws, by setting up a bicameral two-house legislature. Now, there were three reasons they set up a bicameral legislature. The first one was historical. This is what they knew. These guys were English. Their nationality was British or English, and so they had a bicameral legislature. So that's what they knew. When I taught high school, I used to tell my students that likewise, if I dropped them all off on a deserted island, they would kind of come up with a way to govern themselves by something they knew already. Why reinvent the wheel? So that's the first reason. Second is practical. If you remember the Constitutional Convention, the big states wanted proportional representation. The small states wanted equal representation, as they had in the Articles of Confederation. And so the practical reason for setting up a bicameral legislature was that the large states got what they wanted. The House of Representatives was proportional based on population, and the Senate was equal representation for all states. So both sides got what they wanted. Remember, it was the Connecticut Compromise or the Great Compromise because it was pivotal to the success of the Constitutional Convention. The third one was theoretical. Now, our founding fathers weren't exactly sure until they put it into effect how it would go, how it would work. And so by giving the House short terms and giving the Senate longer terms, and we'll talk more about those later, they basically did a yin and a yang and made each side stop the other one, a way to stop government checks and balances. The House of Representatives is like the child you hear in the grocery store that wants something now. Now. The child at the checkout that is crying for the candy, he or she wants it now. Why? Well, for the members of the House of Representatives, re-election comes in 2 years. They need it now. They need to show some progress. They need to show something that can get voters to vote for them again. They need it now. The Senate, on the other hand, was supposed to be the adult in the room, the adult at the grocery store, letting the House know, or in this case, the example, the parent, letting the child know you can't eat all that candy. If you left a child alone, 3, 4 years old, with a bag of Hershey's Kisses or fill in your favorite, right, and left the room and didn't say a word, in all likelihood, what would happen? The child would eat and eat and eat and eat because it doesn't know what's good for it. Now, a little later, the child's going to find out what happens when you eat and eat and eat candy. That is why the parent has to give a few pieces to the child, and no matter how much he or she screams and complains and yells, they don't give them any more because they know what will happen if you eat a lot of candy at once. You will get a stomach ache and various other gastrointestinal maladies. And so the Senate was supposed to be the same thing. The Senate was supposed to be the adult and tell the House, you know what, this sounds great now, but what about 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What's it going to do to our country? And so the Senate plods along, and the House wants to get everything done now, so they're a good balance off each other. The House lights a fire under the Senate, and the Senate cools down the overheated House of Representatives. And so the balance our founding fathers were looking for was a way for the Congress, the House and Senate, to be balanced. And we will talk more about Congress coming up. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you paid attention because there will be a test at the next election. This is Mr. A reminding you that we, the people, are the government, and any power the government has belongs to us. We'll see you next time.